We're excited for that.
This is pretty big. I mean, this is pretty big. The Seven Dwarfs.
It is, yeah. It's the backbone of the Disney animated classics.
Yeah, because we know Disney, of course, now are, there's a lot of the Star Wars and S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything else, but you still think of, hi-ho, don't you?
Hi-ho.
Yeah, that's kind of what you think when you think Disney, right?
Easily, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what how they shake things up a wee bit.
Yeah, so that's summer 2014 coming to the Disney Channel and Disney Junior. We're not sure about Disney XD. Is it coming to Disney XD?
I think it's coming to Disney XD.
Coming to Disney XD as well. Those are all three of those channels are available on Sky TV here in the UK.
Yeah, of course.
So you can catch it there.
Guys and Stace can check that out as well. So yeah, so we are looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to seeing these new designs. If you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/followingnerd, you'll see the little banner at the top. There's a picture of Stephen on there, and of course his new alter ego. Oh, Sleepy. What a great character to play.
I know, amazing.
Yeah.
But I think, you have to really hone your skills as an actor to just give different types of snoring.
Yeah.
For me, it's just the basic. For me, it's just the... That's all I've got. That's all I've got.
You're not one of those kind of guys?
Beyond the Seven Dwarfs, I don't know a single person who snores like that.
And if there's like a feather that happens to be above you, it would just almost drop onto your mouth, and then you go,
no, it's the water drop. It's the water drop that does that.
Feather sometimes as well, but yeah, the water drop.
The water drop is just about to drop in his mouth, and it springs back up again, and then it's about to... Yeah.
Close call.
Okay,
right. We will be back
after these messages. I always wanted to say that.
Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Well, the police, of course. Following the nerd, we kill the cliché that just won't stay dead.
Good times. Alrighty. Okay, do you remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about Amy Acker is going to be on S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, playing
the cellist.
Coulson's cellist, yeah.
Okay, well, there's a character in the Marvel Universe who goes by the name of Blackout, okay?
Right.
Remember we reported that Amy Acker is coming as the cellist in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and how Coulson will have to protect her from a threat. Okay, right.
Or?
News is broke that Marvel Comics villain Blackout will be arriving in the series in the April 15th episode, and he will return in the April 22nd episode, which is where Amy Acker arrives. What is the connection? Well, check this out. The actor to play Blackout, Patrick Brennan, relates how he was told about the character. Pay attention to the last line that he speaks. Brennan explains that his character and powers will be somewhat different from the comic book version. This is the way it's explained to me. This guy, Marcus Daniels, aka Blackout, was shrouded in darkness. His soul, everything about him, was shrouded in darkness until he comes across this cello player. And the music was the only light that came into his soul and gave him hope and gave him the sense of what light was. So, is Blackout the threat that Coulson's going to have to save the cello player from?
It's going to have to be, isn't it?
Isn't it? That's pretty cool. Right, I love this story, right? I really, really like this story. To Captain America.
Yeah, a lot of people thought this was an April Fool's Day joke. It's not.
It's not, no, because I actually saw one of the alternate versions on the internet before I saw the movie, because I remember watching the movie going, that's not the one I saw. But obviously this makes sense. Anybody that's seen, if you haven't seen The Winter Soldier yet, which a lot of you haven't, of course, but this is pretty spoiler-like, but there is a bit in it where... Falcon, he meets Falcon, and Falcon tells him that he really must check out Trouble Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the album. Yeah. It basically catches him up from when he was frozen to the present day.
Yeah, and he takes out like a little notebook. Now, bear in mind we're in the UK, we saw this in the UK, but he takes out a notebook and he writes Trouble Man at the bottom of it, and for the sharp-eyed viewer, there's a list of stuff already on there.
Yeah.
In the American version of The Winter Soldier, his notebook entries are I Love Lucy, Moon Landing, Berlin Wall, brackets up and down, Steve Jobs, Apple, Disco, Thai Music, Star Wars / Trek, Nirvana, Rocky, Rocky 2, and Trouble Man. The UK version, voted on by the British film fans, replaces I Love Lucy with Sherlock, Berlin Wall with the Beatles, Steve Jobs with the 1966 World Cup final, and Disco with Sean Connery. No Doctor Who?
Yeah, I know.
Kind of weird.
Weird. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed about that.
Okay, all my photographs disappeared, right?
Yeah, all my photographs were gone too.
Well, that's not so good. Well, basically, what it is that every country in the world has their own version of this notebook.
Their own little variant.
You know, there's things like Old Boy, 2002 World Cup, Disco, Thai food. So we'll not spoil it wherever you are and wherever you're going to watch it. Check out and see what the different versions, because I like this.
Yeah,
this is pretty cool.
It's like compare and contrast.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. That's pretty cool. Okay, right. We have some Star Wars news. Will we get into Star Wars news, or will we call Stuart? Do you reckon Stuart ready?
I don't know.
I reckon Stuart's ready. Stuart's
Let's
always
surprise
ready,
him.
Hello? Stuart. Let's get into the UK top 10. We'll just call him Freddy Krueger with a Pokemon.
Right.
No, that's what his picture is on Skype. It's Freddy Krueger and a Pokemon scaring Freddy Krueger in bed.
That's okay. I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway.
It's okay. Hello, Stuart.
Hello, Mark.
We like to put you on the spot. It's good to know that you are actually listening to the show.
Yes, I always listen to the show.
Stuart, you are a bit of a... I think it's true to say that you like cartoons.
I do indeed.
Are you a Snow White fan?
Well, everybody's seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, no matter how old you are. So
yes.
I wouldn't say a fan, but it's been quite a few years since I've seen it.
Okay, I'm sure you heard we were talking to Steve Stanton there before we called you. What do you make of this? A retake on the Seven Dwarfs. It's a pretty brave move, isn't it?
Well, I know when I was a teenager, a good 20 years ago, 15 years ago, they did sort of like an adulty version of Snow White with 2 extra dwarfs added in there. One was called Funky, and I can't remember the other one. But it was sort of like really cool kind of characters, etc. So it's been done before where they've reimagined the Seven Dwarves, but obviously they're reimagining it in a kids format now again. So yeah, why not? You need to bring things more forward. So
okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. But yeah, no, it does. It looks fun. It looks fun. We like the sound of it. Okay, right. What's been happening?
Confused by the charges you have to pay.
Are you confused by the charges you have to pay?
There's charges now?
Apparently so.
Gulp.
Asta isn't
Away.
Seriously?
Stuart, what's been happening in the UK top 10 this week? Or what's been happening in general in the UK box office?
well, in the UK box office we have a couple of new entries. Disney obviously is ran away with the top 2 films, so there was obviously that was going to be the case. Nobody expected the top 2 films not to go with Disney, and I think that's the first time that a company has held the top 2 films in quite a long time. There has been a little dip in takings as of late in the UK box office, and this week I saw a slight increase, which is nice because last week was something like a 48% dip in takings to the box office. So it's nice to get a bit more money in them. Kids are now off school for a couple of weeks because of the Easter holidays, and so obviously you're going to get a lot of kids' films come out. So the box office should actually pick up a little bit more.
Okay. Right, well, what we'll do is we'll rip through it. Do you want to do the top 10?
Go on then.
We'll nip through the top 10. We'll just basically glance over the ones that we have already talked about a gajillion times on the show. And we'll focus on the 3. All 3 new... Yes, all 3 of them are in the chart this week.
Yes.
We'll concentrate on those as we go.
Okay.
At number 10, it's a long way down.
Yeah, Andy thought it was fine. It just lost a little bit in the fact that the humour didn't hit home that much.
At number 9, it's a new entry, The Legend of Hercules.
Yeah, this is directed by Reddy Harlan, and so that name will ring a bell to movie fans. And the fact that his movies as of late have gone majorly downhill, and this has got Keelan Nuts in it, who was in the Twilight series. He was also in a film called Arena with Samuel L. Jackson, which is an atrocious movie. And he's managed to better that by making this film even worse. The Legend of Hercules is an absolute car crash of a film. The CGI is horrendous, the acting is terrible, the storyline's atrocious, just everything about this movie is terrible.
It reminded me, any clips I've seen of it reminded me of, you know, sort of the old TV show Hercules or Xena.
Yeah, the Xena show, yeah.
Kind of things.
It's miles more cheesier than that.
Really?
The
proper
special effects. I don't know if you watched, I think it was Olympus Has Fallen. Some of the special effects in that were really dodgy to look at. These are even worse. The special effects in this. For instance, he manages to get the power of lightning from Zeus, and he has this lightning whip. And the camera is so far away from it, all you just see is a blue line going around. It's like you're playing Snake on an old Nokia phone.
I want to see this.
It is that bad.
Is it enjoyably bad, at least?
No, it's even worse than enjoyably bad. There's like really cheesy bad. The old-fashioned Ray Harryhausen films and things like that. The old-fashioned Clash of the Titans. You know you've got the really cheesy stop-motion effects in it, but they work. And there's nothing wrong with a good cheesy movie. You look what Roland Emmerich has been doing with his films over the last, his career, to be honest. So they're really cheesy. But this is just cheesy but terrible.
So
it's
what,
really bad.
what we're saying here is cheesy.
Yeah.
It's beyond cheese. I'm allergic to cheese, and even I would just the smell of this film slip me into a coma.
So this is pretty much the ultimate dairy product.
Yeah, it's the ultimate dairy product. Anybody who's lactose intolerant, stay away from this movie.
Brilliant.
But the big question is, you're allergic to cheese.
Yes, I am.
And milk.
Lactose intolerant.
Yes, I was lactose intolerant and wheat intolerant. Yep.
Right.
So
Yeah.
pizza is the ultimate death food for me.
Fantastic. Now, just in case people are getting confused here, there is another Hercules movie due out with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. This is not it.
This is not it.
When is it coming out?
September, is it August, September?
Yeah, August, September time.
Yeah. How do you think it looks compared to this?
Even a
Johnny
couple
Depp.
of screenshots that I've seen of it look miles better than this entirety of the film. So
I think the other one is going to be awful, but because it's The Rock,
It's going to be amazing.
watchable awful.
Yeah, it's going to be enjoyably cheesy.
It's going to be awfully good.
Yeah.
yeah, you know the
It's going
Rock
to be a
can
cheese
handle.
toasty.
He can handle cheese. His acting isn't brilliant, but at least.
I'm sorry, it was just his face.
Yeah. I knew where his mind went there. But yeah, the Rock can handle
Cheese.
dumb raw. Yeah, he can handle cheese. He's spokesman of Dairy League. But he can, that kind of thing, so you know what to expect. With this one, you just had no hope and no chance at all of being any good. Casting Keelan Lutz as the main actor.
Yeah. Who hell he, as they say. Okay, right, what's next?
At number 8, it's Starred Up.
Yeah, a British prison film, which has done pretty decent for itself. Very good acting, very brutal. Lots of swearing, lots of violence, lots of nudity in it, but what do you expect for an 18-rated prison film?
Yeah, it does look like a barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
At number 7, it's 300, Rise of an Empire.
This is better than Legend of Hercules. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about it.
At number 6, it's the Lego Movie.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
When you live in your dream.
Sorry, Stuart, you were saying?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that covers it.
Awesome.
At number 5, it's Need for Speed.
Yeah, just give me Fast and Furious 7. Because Need for Speed is just a really bad rip-off of the Fast and Furious series.
Bring on Fast and Furious 7.
I've heard Fast and Furious 7, it's back into production again?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
There was footage released. Do you know what event it was, Stuart, that there was footage of it shown last week?
I don't.
But apparently it was really, really good. They showed like a 7-8 minute clip and it was all Paul Walker stuff, basically.
Right.
But apparently they're quite good to start. The movie starts off, shocker, with a car heist.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
At number 4, it's Non-Stop.
Yeah, it's. I got distracted there for a slight second. Andy's actually sending me messages on Facebook. But Non-Stop is Liam Neeson doing just what Liam Neeson does best. Looking really angry, with a gruff voice, wanting to punch anything that breathes, in a very middle-of-the-road action film.
At number 3, it's the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson's most successful film to date.
Have we got any screenings of this in Northern Ireland at all?
Yes.
Where?
The Movie House Cinema is pronounced on
Dublin Road?
Belfast. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, apparently.
I know where I'm going this weekend.
To see Rio 2.
No. Number 2, it's our second new entry of the week. It's Muppets Most Wanted.
I was extremely disappointed with this. I really liked the Muppets movie, the sort of like the reboot of the series, and this takes place directly at the end of the Muppets movie. As soon as
they even have like doubles of Amy Adams and all, and Jason Segel. Yeah,
as soon as the musical number finishes, this is where this movie takes place. And in the first 10 minutes, they even make a reference to the fact that this isn't like a sequel, this is the 8th in the series of the Muppets films. And so they're aware of the fact that it's not like a proper sequel. And for me, the second Ricky Gervais showed up, that was it, I was done. Because I can't stand him. I just cannot stand Ricky Gervais. And none of the jokes were funny. The musical numbers just didn't. They weren't as entertaining as they were in the Muppets movie. Everything in the film just felt flat, apart from Tina Fey, which every single time she was on screen, I was like, thank